What's up, everybody? We're back with another reseller podcast on the Thrifter Sifter channel, basically where we give you free knowledge to help boost your reselling career. Today, I have on Alyssa as my co-host. Unfortunately, Mike could not make it here today, so she's filling in. And we have on today Thrifting Treasure, also known as Randy. He's really big on TikTok. Me and him have been good friends for a long time. He's probably one of the most funniest resellers on TikTok, and it's an honor and a pleasure to have him on today. Real quick, I'm going to give a shout out to IDPRT Thermal Label Printers for sponsoring this podcast. If you're not familiar with them, they are a #1 bestseller on Amazon and also recommended seller many times. Really great thermal label printers, and we've got some links down below. They're always running really great specials, so make sure to go check them out. And let's go ahead and bring the man on. Here he is. What's up, Randy?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I like that little microphone setup you got there.
Thank you. My gaming headset.
A little podcast mic setup, but it's like my dog barks in the background. It's like so loud. So can't quite do that. What's going on, Mike?
Nothing much, man. Just hanging out, enjoying my Sunday.
Yeah, I saw you put up a TikTok video earlier today. What was that?
Yes, the StarCraft puzzle.
Oh, okay.
Small little one, yeah. Just the premise of the video was taking $5 and turning it into $25, and just doing it over and over and over and over again. It's not about getting all the big, massive profit wins. Those aren't common.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you say your? Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
What would you say your preferred platform for resellers is?
eBay.
And why?
eBay. 100% eBay. I could be super old school. I've had the account since 1999. And I'm all in on eBay. I love eBay. Amazon, a little bit of Amazon and Facebook Marketplace. I dabble in that, but eBay.
Oh, really?
eBay.
I know, Alyssa, you just started getting set up on Amazon. I've never sold on Amazon. I may consider it maybe in the future if I've got like a lot of new products sealed or something like that. But it seems like a lot of people are selling a lot of video games and like consoles on there really fast lately.
Oh, man. What I've learned with like Amazon, very specific things. It's very specific. You can sell used things on Amazon. Not many used things, but some like DVD, VCR combos you can sell on Amazon. Like what I've realized is some specific items will go for $100 on eBay, but it'll go for $250 on Amazon. So there's specific items that have cross listed. I'll have it for $80 on eBay and like $150 on Amazon. And a lot of times the things sell on Amazon because a lot of people just have you're an Amazon shopper and an eBay shopper are two different demographics.
Mm-hmm.
Someone going to eBay, they want a discount. And that's what they're going for. Amazon, they're like, I want that 2-day shipping and I'll pay top dollar for an item. So it's like a different mindset.
I like that you're putting yourself in the mindset of the buyer. I mean, that's really important. That's stuff that I think newbies don't really think about.
Yeah, you want to. I think that's smart. I think really understanding who your audience is very important.
And so are you doing Prime shipping? Like, are you able to ship it out in 2 days, or are you shipping it from your house? Is it like kind of like they're not really buying through the Prime deal? It's like
right. I do. I
maybe wait a few more days or something.
So I fulfill them myself. You can do FBA where we send it to Amazon, but I just do it myself. I only have like 30 listings. I'm a part-time reseller, but if I went full-time, I would definitely be more aggressive with Amazon. Yeah. Definitely.
I really want to ask this question because it's like one of the top questions I get all the time. And I just kind of wanted to maybe if we could just kind of cover a few of the platforms because, I get asked all the time, what are the best platforms to sell on? And I think it's important to look at foot traffic. I know that Amazon's big, eBay's big. I don't really mess with Amazon yet, at least, but eBay, Facebook, Mercari, a lot of those platforms are very similar with the kind of items you can put on there. So you can pretty much cross list all the same stuff on there. Another one is like, Poshmark. I know a lot of women like to sell clothes on there, or even men like to sell clothes on there. They're all good. I think it just depends on how much you put on there and how active you are on there and build it up,
Yeah, I agree. And also, it goes back to understanding your audience. Like, if you're selling nothing but clothing, eBay is probably not the best place. Poshmark is definitely a great place for clothing.
Yeah.
Controversy. Wow.
What'd you say?
Controversy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, there's a lot of I know a lot of people that sell on eBay that also sell on Poshmark, and that's like the only platforms they sell on. and they have really great success with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just like understanding what you want to do with your business and applying it. Like for example, there's like Daily
Right.
Refinement. I love that guy.
Yeah,
You
he's
familiar with
good.
Daily Refinement? He's super like the most out of all the resellers. He's all about systems and procedures and how to minimize your time and effort. So everything has a process. Like to list shoes, he has that document. So when he hires an employee, they go do these steps and
Right.
there's no issues. So if there's a mess up, you can go back and say at step 6, how did you mess up? So he's all in on eBay. He doesn't cross list because he thinks that it sucks time away. But that doesn't mean it's right or wrong. You know, that you can be another reseller where they cross list on everything and it works just fine for them. I think just understanding what works for you and going
Right.
from
Yeah.
there. I think it's very important.
Yeah, I'm gonna put something on the screen right here too, so people can go check him out because he's definitely got a lot of knowledge. And if I told myself, I was telling Alyssa the day, if I ever hire employees, I'm gonna have kind of the same setup, like all these things set up, so whenever people come on, they know exactly what to do, or
Yes.
just how we're gonna keep up with the spreadsheets and tracking everything.
Super smart because man, being a one-man show, is one thing, but when you start hiring employees, that's when you get negative feedback, listing errors, you just get all this. So you need to have your systems and your procedures 100% ironclad, and he's got that down pat. So
Yep.
definitely, if you're thinking of scaling and you want employees, he's the guy to look for.
Yeah, I used to have a cleaning business before, and I did this like pay for performance program type thing that I came up with. And they got incentives for like doing a good job and stuff like that. So what I
Love
probably
it.
do is I'll probably pay an hourly rate or something like that, but make it to where like, if you don't get negative feedback and, you're getting, good reviews and things like that, then there will be incentives in place to where you can actually earn more money. So
Smart.
probably do something like that to help kind of keep that from happening. I also thought about I have another account that like my girlfriend had made at one point, and I thought about, I could use that as a practice store and let
Right.
people practice listing on there.
Smart.
That way, if there's ever any negative feedback, we can correct that early on before throwing them on the other platform.
That's super smart.
So I don't know exactly how I'll do it. I may just be like, look, you're going to take photos for now, and then I'm going to list everything manually, and then eventually get them listing stuff, and then I review everything before it goes up, and I walk them through why this should be this way or not should be this way.
Yep.
Until I feel like they really just got the system down.
Yep.
And then just, let them take on, more of the listing and stuff. But there will definitely be something in place where it's like, look, if you get negative feedback so many times, like, there could
You're
be
gone, buddy.
With for that, So.
I think eBay recently released something where, before if you wanted to hire someone, you had to give them your eBay account and your master password and everything. Now I believe you can add secondary accounts on the main account and give them permission so they can't, go good stuff. So they made that more streamlined as well. And I think Daily Refinement has like 7 different eBay stores as well.
Wow.
Yeah, probably. What I'll probably do is have someone like start off like cross listing, or like I said, take photos and doing all the backside stuff, and then but even just cross listing, they can see a lot of what the listings look like and kind of get familiarized with them, before I just throw them out there,
Yep. And the more inventory you get, the more extreme that gets. So it's good to get that early. Because 1,000 items, okay, it's manageable. But when you have like 50,000 items, you better have a process by that point.
Right.
And that's what Daily Refinement. Daily Refinement has got that. He has storage units of thousands and thousands of items, and he can find anything in a split second.
Yeah, and he's got like separate storage units. They look like those like it looks almost like a freight thing or something. But it's like the way it's set up in there, and it's like each one has its own computer and like photo booth, and he's got like an employee in each one, like running each show. It's really cool.
And he has everything stapled in papers to procedures, how to list shoes, what to do. It's right there. So if someone has a question, they don't even need to go to him. They just look at that piece of paper. And if there's a mess up, he can go back and go, step 8, you messed up. What happened there? Why did you skip this step? So,
yeah,
there's no excuse of, well, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's the man on that.
Yep. All right, I got another question, and this is one that I get asked every day, all the time, is what do you do to find the value of things? Like what are the tricks that you use?
You know, it's funny, right? It's like we never selling and been doing it for so long. You think that's like common knowledge, so it could be easy to be like, dang, yeah, you gotta keep talking about that. eBay sold comps, everybody knows that one. You know, you can go to eBay, search sold listings, that's a big one. And worthpoint.com is a massive one. I know eBay sold comps can go back 3 months. Worthpoint can go back 10 years. It's expensive, it's like $23 a month. Those are pretty much my two go-to strategies. And I would say 98% of the time, that's all you need.
If you would, can you like elaborate so other people know how do they actually search something on eBay and find those sold comps? Like walk them through it, kind of.
Yeah. So I would think there's like the text version where you go to eBay, advanced search, type in the keyword, you click sold listings, you click search, and it'll show you in the last 3 months what this item sold for. And just find the average. If something sold for $100 and it sold for $50, you probably can get 60 to 80 bucks or something like that. That's a great way to do it. You can open up the eBay app and you can click voice chat, and I'll say look up iPhone 7 II, and so I don't have to type it in. That's like a quick thing I always do. So I'm always in the thrift store talking to my phone. I use Google Lens a lot if I can't identify an item. And actually last week I found this vintage cigar cutter. And
I saw that video. It's cool.
I did a Google Lens, like I like typed it and I couldn't find anything. So I did a Google Lens and one listing came up and I was able, and it sold for $880. And I was like, okay, that's valuable. So Google Lens and searching eBay sold comps and worthpoint.com, those are my three go-to.
Yeah. I think that another thing a lot of people don't know is I think is just good to mention is whenever you're searching like on eBay on the app, for example, whenever you search something and then whenever you search something and you hit the filter button, if you look at the very bottom, it will tell you how many items are actually currently listed right now. And then if you hit sold and like completed items and you're just viewing what's actually been sold, it will show you a number at the bottom, how many have sold, and that's within a 90-day period. So you can kind of look at that and say, okay, this many have sold in 90 days. This is how many is currently listed right now. And you can kind of determine a sell-through rate, whether this is actually, if there's 200 listed and only 15 sold in 90 days, well, the chances of you selling an item are very slim. So
very good point.
In my opinion, I would pass on that.
And I was going to say, what are the numbers that you're looking for as somebody who's never personally done that? Is it that there's 1,000 items available or like less?
I look for like 50%, like 100 items sold last 90 days, 200 listed. I mean, even maybe a little less. It just depends because you can even look and see, maybe not quite that much. Maybe like 50 items listed and 20, and maybe if there's like 20 sold, but if the ones are listed are really overpriced and they're really selling at a lower value, then you could go in and almost like put it at the right price and then potentially get the sell. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think it's super important. Understanding the sell-through rate is definitely something you want to factor. It's definitely tricky because some items are common, some items are rare. So there'll be 2 listed, no sold comps. And that looks like a bad sell, but that could be a home run. So yeah, I always look at that. I always like to look at that ratio. I know, like collector plates, that's a big one that you can see right away. Oh man, thousands listed, 2 sold. Like, okay, that's never gonna sell.
And I think that, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I say the sort feature I think is very important too, just as an add-on thing, because let's say you're looking up, Pyrex or something like that, and you look at, what's sold. If you want to know, kind of get an idea of what's selling at a higher price, you can sort by the highest sold, and then you can see what's actually the more valuable items that you need to be looking out for.
Yes.
You can also sort by the lowest price, and you may find someone selling something at a low price that you could buy and actually resell as well. I mean, there's all kinds of. Yep. It's actually a great tactic.
And whenever I talk about that, like, or I make a video about that, it's like, you got to be very specific because people go, you can't go by highest, you can't buy the highest price. Like, no, you're trying to find other things. Like, here's an example. I found this, like, this mug. I think I paid like $3 for it. Yeah, Royal Dalton. It's worth like 60, 70, 50 bucks, somewhere in that ballpark. And so the brand is Royal Dalton. when I went to Royal Dalton, highest to lowest, I could see that there's a Santa mug that goes for $1,000, and it's a Santa mug with a candy cane handle goes for $1,000. I would never know that's valuable, but I would have never known about that if I wouldn't have gone high to low. So it's a very good point. Always look at I never knew about Royal Dalton. I'm like, oh, well, it's $50. What other items should I be looking for? And that's how you build a Rolodex of what to look for. Your brain can hold so many items in your mind.
Real quick before we hop into Alyssa's question, I just want to say a lot of people don't realize it, but you can search sold history on eBay. You can also check it on Facebook, Mercari, Poshmark. I'm sure some other platforms you can as well. But
sold listings.
I personally feel like the sold listings on a lot of other platforms are not. There's not as many as eBay, but what I've noticed is if you find clothes that you can't find on eBay, I find them on Poshmark all the time. They actually tend to sell for more money on there, it seems like. So that's something else to kind of look into. Even if you don't sell on Poshmark, you can just, if you have a clothing item you want to put on eBay, but you can't find the sold history, check out Poshmark and you kind of get an idea of what people are actually paying.
Yeah, I love that. I love that point. It's also, it's like the specific item you have could go for more money on a different platform. So like a $20 shirt on eBay is $40 on Poshmark.
Right.
Yeah.
Not just because the fees are higher, but because of the customer.
Right. Exactly. Right. Understanding your customer. Someone that's like, I want to go buy clothing, Poshmark seems like that's their natural first go-to. Right, Poshmark is super clothing centric, right? If I understand you correctly.
They charge like a flat rate to the buyer for shipping. I think it's like $7 or something, $7.45 or something like that. So if your shipping is like $20 in reality, you almost have to like add that to the final price. So it's a little tricky set up the shipping and stuff on there. But
yeah, that's one thing eBay has. They've definitely been around for so long, so they're able to like figure out those user errors, those user experience aspects.
Yeah.
So what got you into reselling?
I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Great question. It's a great question. I think everybody's a different answer. For me, it's like, I've had my eBay account for a very long time. I used to go to thrift stores in high school. I thought it was fun to dig in dumpsters and go to thrift stores to find things to resell. The thrill of the hunt, the classic thrill of the hunt. So that drew me into it. And as I got older, back then when you're super, super young, you're not really caring about money, just having fun, living life, right? I guess for me, I should say. So for me now, it's like, I have a full-time gig. It's a complete another business that I run, and I'm behind the computer all the time. So thrift stores get me away from the computer. It's another revenue stream. I'm all about multiple revenue streams. So that's a big throw off the hunt, multiple revenue streams, get me away from the computer. And it's completely different than what I do to my day-to-day job.
And y'all have a lot of thrift stores there too. I see you do your little trailer video. You hit up like 16 thrift stores in a day. It's like we have like 5 here, and most of them suck. So it's like, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I think understanding, like, every state's going to be different. Every location's going to be different. I'm in California, so I'm super dense. So I can, in a 6-hour, 5-hour period, I can hit 16 thrift stores. If I went 8 hours, I can do more. I can almost hit 20 in one day. They're all like 5 minutes from each other. So my text, because I go in for 5-10 minutes, I'm in and out, and I go to the next one. Bam, 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 bam. I'm just trying to find holy grails in those, like,
Yeah, in California, that must be awesome. The pick of the litter, I'm sure, because everybody's always going through things and giving stuff away and trying to be a new version of themselves. So they're just getting rid of stuff all the time.
It's the influx of items that I see is crazy. The only downside, there's a lot of people, but like, it's like when you go to a thrift store and there's no parking, it's like a common thing. It's like, God dang it, California. But it doesn't stop me from finding things, that's for sure.
Yeah, it all comes down to what because there's a lot of resellers that think they know everything, and I don't know everything. I've been to garage sales before, that I see people that I know are resellers, and they walk out, and I walk in, and I find something for $1 that sells for $80. It's like, man, it's right there in front of their face, and I didn't even know.
Oh yeah, everything thrift store. I'm the same way.
Everybody has their niche too, so.
Yes.
You know,
And there's
Eric,
I think Eric the Picker, I can't remember his name, Eric the Picker. He said something that really resonated with me. He was talking about a lot of, brand new resellers, and he goes, what did he say? He said, I'm gonna know more than you think you know. Something like that. Basically saying he's gonna beat every reseller with just knowledge.
Right.
Yeah. I'm the same way too. I can see a whole bunch of resellers. I don't care. I embrace them. I welcome them. Come on in. There's enough for everybody. And I'm gonna know more than you think I know.
Yeah.
So you're not going to find anything. You're going to be in the store for an hour looking at the toys, and I just was in there for 5 minutes, and I found the $200 item, and I'm out. Yeah. And you got to start somewhere. You should be looking when you're starting out. You should be looking a lot in the stores, but
yeah,
I
agree. All right, we're gonna get into a game we came up with last night out of nowhere, and I think it's a pretty cool game. It's called. You want to announce it or
over or under? Wow, 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 wow.
So I thought this game would be a good idea because there's a lot of like bolos out there or stuff that not everybody really knows about. That if you come across this, it's something to keep an eye out for. It may be worth some good money. So we're gonna basically just put some pictures up on the screen and what they are, and then I'm gonna name a price, and you're gonna say whether it sold for over that or under that. And depending on how you do, there's actually a prize worth a little bit over $100 on the table. So
awesome, cool.
So let's get into it.
It's like Price is Right.
Item is Rushton Company Rubberface Pink Teddy Bear Stuffed Animal Plush. I don't know if it really all those exact words, but they got all their keywords in there. Rushton doll. I don't know if you ever heard of those.
Never.
Really?
The non-reseller in me, I see trash, but the reseller in me, I'm like, man, that's probably worth some money. Right. Yeah. That's something I'll Google Lens immediately.
Yeah. So there's some that are definitely better than others. This one's definitely like a little bit of rough shape. But I'm gonna throw a price out there, and you guys know whether it's sold over that or under that. $850. What do you think?
Rushton. Rushton, huh? Never heard of that
from
in my life.
They're from Atlanta, Georgia. I think it's where they originated.
Okay, what's the price?
Over under $850.
Oh, 850. Did it sell for under or over that?
Under that.
God dang.
It's a pretty cool game, huh? I think we might do this on each one because I think it's going to really educate.
I'm locked in. Under.
Yep. Final answer.
Final answer.
$1,086. 88 bids.
Wow.
There was another one similar to this that sold for around that price. I double checked everything on WorthPoint.
Yeah.
Because what I've noticed is sometimes there'll be sold comps on eBay, and then they're not on WorthPoint. I'm guessing the buyer didn't pay for them. This was actually paid for.
I noticed that too.
And listed on WorthPoint.
Wow. So why? What is this?
Rushton dolls, man. A lot of them are very collectible, and they're actually like it's rubber face. But I think that the lady who came up with them that would sculpt like faces on, I don't know exactly. I only know a little bit about them, but
what decade?
But they're rubber face, so I don't know. But they're really interesting. So like I said, some are better than others, but some of them go for a lot of money, hundreds of dollars.
What decade is this? The 60s, the 70s?
I'm really not sure, to be honest. Probably around then, I would think.
One last question. 1 out of 10, how rare are these?
I don't know, to be honest with you, but when I look up like the sold comps and stuff, there's pretty good bit sold. I mean, but I think they're probably more common if you're around like Atlanta, or maybe in that area, you'll probably come across them more often, maybe. But
fascinating.
The point is, keep your eyes peeled, people.
All right, so one wrong.
Right.
All right, next item is a Lemax item.
Lemax. I love Lemax.
This is a hard to find item. Tiger Family. You ever seen this one?
Not the Tiger Family, no.
Oh, I got a tough one for you then. Table Accents Tiger Family. It says hard to find, very hard to find, rare. HTF stands for hard to find. Over or under $450?
Over.
Over?
Over.
Are you sure? Final answer?
Final answer.
Under.
God,
$360.
Still a good profit though. $361.
That was a close one.
But
wow,
I
yeah,
will
yeah.
say, from when I looked on WorthPoint, there's not like a whole bunch of these that have sold, but it seems like they're slowly going up in value. So maybe in a year's time, they're probably going to be worth about $450. You know,
Wow.
it seems like they're kind of go up about $50 every year almost lately.
Don't take photos like that, people.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Don't do that.
You got a solid box.
Right.
Drawer in the back. Hey, but this sold, so obviously.
Hey,
36 bids.
Yep.
All right.
Lee Max is something you should always be looking out for. It's a great brand. I don't know why it's so sought out for. That's one of those things that the sell-through rate will be through the roof. Yeah. It sells quickly. Man, that's a great question.
All right. Let's look at the next one.
56.
Next one is a Pyrex promotional piece. Hard to find. You know, probably going to be a piece that you're going to see if you live around where the factory, you know, made these or something. Probably not a very common piece. It's the rare Pyrex Oh My Stars. Hard to find. Over or under $3,000.
Over how much?
Over or under $3,000.
$3,000. Okay.
Man, Pyrex is one of those crazy categories where it can be $5, $50, or $5,000. It's amazing.
Or in this case, $3.
Right, which is crazy, man. That's a car. You can sit in that and drive around. I'm gonna say
out. Yeah.
I'm gonna say over.
Over. Final answer.
Over. Yeah, final answer.
Ding, ding, ding. $4,950. You know, there was another one that sold before this one. I saw for like $5,600 or something like that.
Could you and going back to understanding your target audience? Put yourself in their shoes. I'm on eBay.com. Oh, there it is. $5,000. I'm buying it. Like, imagine spending $5,000 on a dish and but they're ecstatic and happy. They value it. Man,
they're like, crazy. Oh my stars.
I got it.
The thing about like coin collectors or card collectors, you know, they spend a lot of money on that stuff. I mean,
right.
It's just what you enjoy.
Yeah. To each of their
own. The next item is actually one that my friend sold here in town. He picked this one up. You may have seen this before. I'm curious if you have. It's by Nintendo. It is Virtual Boy.
Wow.
Have you ever seen this before?
No. I've seen Virtual Boy, but not this listing or who this person is.
So this is like virtual reality game, like from back maybe in the 90s or something.
It failed so bad.
I'm not sure when this came out, but I've got a few photos to show you because this one was like new in box, open box condition. This is kind of what the headset would look like right here.
Wow.
So yeah, a buddy of mine in town, I ran into him the other day, and a couple weeks ago, he said that he was telling me about this that he sold. But yeah, new open box condition.
Man, this must be 1992
in box. I'm like, oh man.
Wow.
I'm surprised he didn't play it. You know, I would have.
Man, new in box.
$900, $900 over or under.
I remember when this came out. I'm an old man, so it's like 92, 93. I remember that Toys R Us was like red. It was all red, very hard in the eyes, and this thing's flopped so hard. So this didn't do very well in the market.
Wow, you actually have a lot more to your answer than I would have.
Remember this? Like I remember being in Toys R Us and seeing it and playing with it. It was like Mario Tennis, and it's all in red. Looked like a Game Boy, but just in red outlines.
I'll tell you this. I think he said he paid $20 for this at a thrift store or an auction or something. I can't remember where he said he got it from, but
brand new in box.
Paid like $20 for it.
I want to say over. Because it was just brand new in box. Used, no way.
That's
over.
It? Over.
I'm over. I'm in. Did I get a fake ding ding ding? Woo!
Ding, ding, ding.
All right. Got it.
$1,275. 16 bits. Not bad. $20.
Not bad at all.
He's always coming across like stuff for like $5, $10, $20 that sells for crazy amount of money. It's like,
where did he find that?
Huh?
That's so rare. Where did he find that?
I think he found it at Goodwill or something. I can't remember. The games alone in there go for, I think it's the games that are like the most like profitable. Like the games alone, like $600 or something like that. The little video game inside.
Yeah, this thing flopped so hard. It got pulled off the shelves immediately. It was sales were like rock bottom.
That's crazy.
Wow. And you know, and I always like to like I don't know the right answer if it's wrong or right, but could you've gotten way more if it wasn't an auction? Like if you listed it for 5,000, buy it now, you know, or
I
something
don't
like
know.
that.
I don't know about
You know?
5,000, maybe 1,500, maybe, but
Yeah.
he likes doing his auctions and stuff. You know, he likes flipping stuff quick, I guess. But
yeah, cool, man.
the next item, something you may know about. I don't know. It's a baseball bat.
Okay.
2020 Louisville Slugger bat.
Okay.
Now, I mean, the model number is pretty extensive there. I'm not going to go through all those letters and numbers, but if you come across a bat that looks like this, you know, check it out. Look up the model number. It may land you some money. Over under $650.
You know, I'm not an expert in baseball bats, but I remember when I first started reselling, I was so blown away what these things go for. And just by looking at that, man, I think that sold for like $1,200. I'm gonna say over 1,200, 1,100.
Over final.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding. $805. 37 bid.
Wow.
You come across a bat that looks like, I mean, this bat is clearly in really great condition. It looks like it's really clean.
Yep.
But if you come across a bat that looks like this, check the model number because you may never know what you have.
Yep. And a big difference, adult kids bats, the adult bats typically go for a lot more money. You can tell by the size, 32-29. So I always look for that kind of size.
Right.
Inches, the length of the bat. Some kids bat go for money, but
3 right, 2 wrong so far.
Okay, I'll take it.
We got one left.
Just slightly embarrassed, that's all.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, it's better than the trivia game we did last time.
I think I'll get every single one wrong.
No, you got like 1 or 2 right. I don't know what thing.
That's all. It's all good.
The next item is actually a Christmas item. Simpsons Christmas item. I'm curious if you've seen this one before. It's by Hamilton.
Huh? No.
Collection Simpsons lighted Christmas tree.
How cool is that?
I'm trying to figure out what this is back here in the background. Some ceramic thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, don't do that either, folks. It takes away from the photo.
Right.
You know, you're selling the photo, not the item. So if it's distracting, it's just
right.
It's not a good user experience.
All right, over or under $500.
They're seashells. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Are you? I bought the tree and I didn't get my seashells with it. I'm very upset. Anyway,
over or under $500. Oh, it was kind of a tough one.
This one's for all the money.
Oh my gosh, too much pressure. All right, guys, this was a great meet. I gotta go. Oh god, I gotta go. Over. I take it back. Under. I have 350 stuck in my mind. I'm gonna say under.
Okay. The final?
Yes.
You got really close. 375.
Look
at that.
I don't know why 350 just stuck out to me.
Well, you got 4 out of 6. Still really good.
Not bad. Not bad. I'm calling my mom. I'm gonna let her know.
Right.
I'm famous.
You actually would have won a prize either way.
Even if I got every answer wrong?
Even if you got it wrong.
Awesome. I'm a winner.
IDPRT sponsored this podcast, so they're going to send you whichever thermal label printer that you want.
Shut up.
So
awesome.
If you want to give it as a gift or use it, and
yeah, I might just do that.
Have or whatever, try it out.
Awesome.
Yep.
Very cool, man. That is sweet. Wow, man.
They got a couple different models. Yeah, they got a couple different models. I have to put them up on the screen. Like one, you can put the labels behind. They got that in black, or they got one that's black with like a blue front, and then they got one that the SP420. You can put the labels inside the printer. So whichever one you want to test out, you can let me know later or whatever, and we'll get you hooked up.
Wow, not bad. Yeah. I like that.
So a new thermal label printer. Awesome.
Wow.
PRT.
Cool. Well, hopping into a couple of our last questions. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Well, I know earlier you were talking about how when people are starting off, finding stuff is really difficult. How do you organize your inventory?
So great question. So when you start reselling, you can have like a little pile in the corner, and it's like, cool, it's a little pile. And then the pile gets real, yeah. And then before you know it, like this pile is kind of big, and you start digging through it, and like maybe I need a shelf. Then you get a shelf, and then the shelf gets overcrammed. Maybe I need another shelf. And then so as you grow, just build an inventory system. When you add an item, when you list an item, you can always put a SKU number, not a SKU number, inventory number, 1B, 1C. So just find a shelf, find a box, label the box, and when you list the item, label it with the listing. So when something's sold, you know it's in bin 1B or shelf 1D. And just do it that way. Just start early, because in the beginning you're not even thinking that, because it's just a pile. You don't need it. You know where it's at. But going back to our early discussion, like daily refinement, he's all about scaling procedures and processes to help eliminate time. So you don't want to be hunting and searching for stuff, because that pile will grow pretty quickly before you know it.
Yeah, Alyssa was saying that they do everything like color kind of coded, but they're mainly selling handbags and stuff like that. So it's probably, pretty easy to find that stuff. But for me and like you, we're selling so many different crazy items. So it's like being able to put that SKU number in your listing, and then that way you sell it. It's like when I go to pack my orders, I just go through everything that I sold on all my platforms, and I write down the item and where it's located, and then I just go pull all my orders, and then it's done. I've actually, I mean, knock on wood, I've actually have not lost an item yet. Like, or maybe there's been a couple times that I couldn't remember, but or I didn't have it written down, but I found it pretty quickly. But there are times where people lose an item and they have to go like buy the item to replace it, or unfortunately
tell the seller. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So if you're new to reselling, focus on doing it at the beginning. For me, I didn't, and I sold an item. I couldn't find it. I spent like an hour and a half trying to find it. Finally gave up, refunded the guy. It happened one time, refunded the person, and then the next day I found it. I was like, oh my God. It was sitting on the top shelf, and I couldn't. So just find a spot.
Did you reach out and land the sell, or no?
No, I didn't. My tail was tucked between my legs. I was actually very embarrassed. Because I was like, oh no, the world is ending. I got to cancel this order, and that's something you don't want to do on eBay. Specifically, if you get too many, they'll get you, man. It's like the government; they'll come to get you.
Yeah.
We'll start early. Just label it. Just label it. Simple. Color coding it works too.
Yeah. I want to ask you, what are some like reseller tools that are good for people to use, whether it's stuff for cleaning or like maybe taking photos or something like that? Like, what are some tools that you think is good for, new resellers, or maybe someone's been doing it for a while that could help them out?
Yeah, I'm trying to think beyond the basics. Tape gun. I like to use 3-inch tape versus 2-inch tape. A nice box cutter is good to have. A box resizer is definitely handy. You can use a butter knife. Box resizer. Has like a scoring wheel.
Here, I've got one right here. I can show
Yeah.
you. Let's see. I think I got it over here somewhere.
Yeah, those videos always do well, like resizing a box. Like, something you greatly underestimate is, I would say the biggest tip: tape gun, box cutter, box resizer.
Box cutter.
Yep.
And it has like a little scoring wheel on the side.
Oh wow!
So if you have if you have a box, like a square box, you can make like new creases on it, and you can make it like a longer rectangular box. And this just kind of helps like speed it up. So
yeah, it's like when you try to fold a box, it's not, when you try to resize a box and you fold it, it's like this wavy line. You just score it and you get that super straight line. But those are cool little tools. I think the biggest tool is actually, it's very easy to underestimate, is adequate boxes.
Oh, the amount of boxes. Yeah,
it's like getting boxes, because if you sell a bunch of items and you don't have boxes, it's like such a pain in the butt. So it's like, think ahead. Let's think ahead. If you see a dumpster in your apartment complex, go to the recycle bins. USPS gets free boxes. I just load up on those guys. eBay store subscription. If you have an eBay store subscription, every quarter, every 3 months, they give you a coupon so you can buy boxes. So I get like $50 every 3 months. So I would say my biggest tip is get boxes early. Boxes.
I actually went on your TikTok Well, last week I bought something from your link you have on there, a little Scotty peeler for
Thank
taking
you.
stickers off of products and stuff. Those are good to have.
Great tip. Great
They're like the little magnifying glasses with a light for like jewelry or something like that, you know.
Yeah, yep.
Good stuff out there for
black light.
IKEA bags.
Black lights. Hey,
Yeah,
learn from you.
Yep.
Uranium glass. I never knew that existed. Never in my life would have thought that.
Really?
Yeah. No. Until you made the video about a year ago. Yeah, just tools, making your life easier. And like those, like, you know, for the longest time, I would just peel them off with the stickers, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But when you get like 20 items and it's like sometimes those Scotty pillars just like on hard plastic or something makes just quicker. And your thumbs don't hurt.
Yep.
But boxes for me,
you don't get all that. Maybe you don't get as much residue on there and stuff like that, you know, with the little Scotty pillars.
Yep. And I'm,
peeling them off.
And I realized different states use different procedures. Some use those little tiny square things that just come right off. Mm-hmm. Here they use giant stickers. They kind of come off easily, but here they like to write things on Sharpie. You can't really get that off a lot of times. Like, God. Yeah.
Well, what advice do you have to new resellers out there, those watching? What do you have to say to them?
Run.
One bit of advice.
Run. Run. I'm kidding. No, if you're a new reseller, it's like it's taking yourself back to when you first started selling. I remember when I started selling, for example, there was no smartphones wasn't around then. They were just getting introduced to the market. This was like 2003, 2004 era. And I remember going, I wish I could just look something up in this store. I would be so more proficient because you would have to be like, I think this is valuable, this bread maker, and it wasn't. You're like, dang it. So to new resellers, just live in that store, look up everything, look around. If anything piques your interest, just look it up. Look up everything. When I first started reselling, when I would go to a thrift store, I felt like I had to buy something. I felt like if I was leaving empty-handed, I was kind of failing. So I would just buy stuff that was not really going to make me money, but I felt good. So don't feel like you have to buy anything, and look up everything. Look it up everything. And I always try to at least triple my money. You know, I'm not spending $20 to make $10. I'm not spending $20 to make $5. I want to turn 5 into 20.
Right.
You know, $3 into 20. So look at those margins, look up everything. Watch YouTube. Like for me, for example, I spent years on these YouTube videos. You know, the Craigslist Hunter, all Daily Refinement, all these guys, and I would soak up all the knowledge. I would buy their guides, the top things to look for at garage sales, and just soak up all that knowledge. And after a few years, you just build a Rolodex of your mind of what to actually look for. So a lot of times I don't even pull my phone out. I just go, oh, I've sold that before. Holy cow, no one's buying that. I know that. Or I'd be like, I've never in my life seen an ugly mug like this. So I Google lens it and I go, $70 for this thing.
Right.
I would never have guessed that. And there was like other resellers looking at the mugs and other people. And I'm just like, excuse me, what the hell is this? You know?
Right.
That's it. Do that over and over and over, and you'll be an expert in no time.
Right. I agree. So what's your biggest flip of all time?
Oh man. What's funny? It's like people ask me that, and I'm like, I'm getting old. I forgot. You know? eBay accounts from 1999.
Something that comes to mind that you were like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, it's not the biggest. I guess the biggest profit is just turning something in. Like, my most recent one, I think, is like $5 into $550.
Wow.
Oh wow,
yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, doing that
profit margin right there.
Yeah. And they quit. Yeah. Someone bought it for $550. It was a brand new eBay account, and they made that eBay account that day, and it scared the crap out of me. So I Googled their name, and they came right up. They came up right as number one. They won the lottery, $10,000 a week for life, something like that. And my worries went away. It was that, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but it was like a giant 11-foot inflatable Oregon zombie player by Jimmy. It was super rare, and they bought it for $550. I paid $5 for it.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of people are worried about sellers with no, feedback and stuff like that. I've never worried about it because, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yep.
And there's a lot of times where people who never used eBay before shopped on there, that maybe shop on Facebook Marketplace normally, and they're looking for something in particular, and they've been looking, can't find it, and so they start looking on other platforms, and they have to create an account. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person or going to screw you over. It just means that they've never had an account before. I've never had problems personally with new accounts. So
yeah,
people are just trying to mitigate risk, Matt.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So
but I'm out here making money. Like, I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to turn down.
What's your record? He said, I'm trying to make money.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, that wraps everything up pretty much. It's pretty quick flowing show, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We got to do it again sometime.
Any last words?
Good
luck out there.
Good luck out there. That's it. You never know. You never know what you'll find. You'll never know what you'll find. Good luck out there.
Make sure to go follow Randy Thrift & Treasure on TikTok. I'll put something up here on the screen so they know where to look for you. Funny videos, very creative. I wish I was that creative in the videos, but very good job. Keep it up.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Well,
man, I enjoyed our first game of over or under.
Yeah,
I like learning about what got him into reselling. I always want to know, everyone's reason.
Yep. I think it was a very entertaining show. It was like nonstop bunch of like good information, and yeah, the game was definitely fun. I'm curious what everybody's thoughts are on that game, if we should keep doing that, because I feel like
let us know, because we love a good game.
I think that's a great way to be able to know like some extra items to look out for as well, so it's a very good learning experience. So real quick before we close out, I just want to say make sure to follow along if you want to see more podcasts like this. We're trying to put these up every couple weeks, and make sure to check out IDPRT. They're always running really great specials on their thermal label printers, and I'll put a few links right down below.
Thank you again for having me, Matt. The Flip Chicks.
Check out the Flip Chicks on Instagram. I'll put everybody's links down below so you can go check out, our channels and things like that. So anyways, guys, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.